And we're off. Welcome to the Solo Monk Show. I am Solo Monk Charles, whatever, Char Beans. This is Joel.
Morning.
Today we're going to talk about, starting off, gun violence. This shit's so insane. Yeah.
America.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, no, we might be a little too into guns.
Yeah.
We're too interested in the guns all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff been happening.
It's crazy.
Well, okay, so the immediate thing is that people are going to, well, guns aren't the problem. But then what is the problem? Like, we've got,
I tell you what,
250 mass shootings for the year, so
yeah.
It's like the topic.
You know, you have to train for way longer to kill a bunch of people in succession if you don't have a gun.
Right.
You know,
like
it's much harder.
Knifings.
Yeah, mass knifings.
We wouldn't be up to 250 mass knifings.
Right.
Because people would run and scatter. Because it takes a little longer to, you can't go distance with knives. Unless, we'll see now, okay, Kill Bill, like there are throwing knives and whatnot.
Yeah, but no. But you'd have to train for way longer. There'd be way more involvement.
Yeah.
You can't sustain that kind of anger for that long.
People, the civil axe throwing stuff, right?
The reason
That's the hip thing. People are starting to train with axes. Is it because they're afraid when they take away the guns? This is how we're going to have to settle disputes in the street. Just chucking axes at you.
I tell you what, you would definitely think twice about violence if it wasn't so fucking easy.
Right.
If you didn't just have a thing that you could just kind of point at somebody and be like, I don't like you.
Right. Pow. Yeah.
Like if every time you didn't like somebody, you had to like go up to them and physically grapple them. Right. It's like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab you and manipulate your body
to express
my anger.
Right. Like if
as
that
opposed
was the thing,
to like, I don't like you.
You'd think it would happen less often. Well, but Alabama is a really punchy state. I've had two strangers without like any major or in one case no provocation whatsoever. Like we weren't even having a conversation, and a stranger punched me straight up right in the face. So I think there would just be a whole lot more punching if we took away the guns.
I had a guy spit on me one time at a bar here, but I haven't had too many.
Yeah. Well, that's assault technically,
Yeah.
You spit on a person.
Yeah.
Humans and the conflicts. Why with all the conflicts?
I'm just saying, if it's because of these young white men are really upset because they're no longer culturally relevant, and they can't get laid, or they don't like the way they look, or they don't like the way they're being seen in culture, or whatever it is that's causing them so much anger that they want to go out and kill people. If they had to sustain that anger long enough to act upon some violent tendencies, the longer you just can't sustain anger.
Right.
So having these automatic murder weapons is kind of
it's
going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a problem.
Catch people at
it doesn't even matter like
treadmill where they're like
you can keep flipping the issue one way or the other, but it's always going to be a problem that there's an automatic murder weapon.
Right.
Like there's a weapon there's a thing you can go by and just like point at a crowd and just spray.
Yeah, like guns aren't the problem. Access to guns is not the problem. Yeah. It's the fact that they're everywhere and that people are picking them up whenever they're freaked out.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I don't have anything against guns, but I do have something against people being able to just like the process between thought and reaction, like inaction, for something so crazy. Like that's what a gun is. It's a murder weapon. It's just a murder tool or whatever.
Right.
You can say, oh, well, it incites peace. And it's like, why? Because people are afraid to get murdered by it.
Right. And then it's like, well, I thought we had learned our lessons in the 60s.
It's a killing machine.
Because, like, you take that to a nation-state level, like, mutually assured destruction was, like, the thing. It's still the thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee stability. In fact, the opposite. You know, like, we all... Yeah, the tension over, you know, like the Cuban Missile Crisis and shit. We started to back off. Then after that, like, we learned our lesson. But it seems like, you know, the rhetoric has changed on nuclear weapons. And now we want 10 times more, right? And, yeah.
We don't want shit.
And we'd all be safe if we had
We
grenades.
is not a...
If we all have grenades and hold them out and with one finger in the pin while we talk to each other, you know, everyday interactions, we would be safe.
No.
Because everybody would know I could pull this pin at any time. So don't get up to shenanigans.
They want the imaginary conflicts to go on because it keeps poor people busy.
No. It inspires more consumption. Because if everybody's freaked out and anxious, you need things to comfort you.
All this turmoil and all this like fucked up shit going on basically keeps it to where, as citizens, we're exhausted all the time. We're broke. We have no financial or physical mobility. We spend our whole lives paying for shit we don't own. On top of that, there's all these other issues that are systemic that creates a tornado of just like other worries and existential woes. So that way we stay busy and clouded and miserable so they can keep reigning over us.
Sure.
We're too damn fucking just bogged down to actually engage in democracy.
Right.
And that's what they want. That's why none of these issues ever get fixed, man.
Pick the color of your shirt and keep that.
You think a politician's ever gonna get shot in a mass shooting?
Well, I mean,
They ain't worried about that shit,
right?
you know?
Right.
They're like, that's
There's
poor
been a
people
couple of
problems.
incidents,
I'm not
but
gonna get caught in a mall or a
it's
Dirk
mostly
Bentley concert.
it's mostly the working class getting let off in these, you know. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They ain't worried about that shit. That's just something for us. Like, as long as we're fearful and we're fucked up and we're just worried about shit all the time, we can never actually heal ourselves and become effective in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's that whole thing where they want to keep you sick so you can keep buying the medicine for the symptoms.
Right.
They don't ever treat the problems. They just treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's so much crime in all these poor neighborhoods, they need more policing. It's like, no, motherfucker, they need jobs. You goddamn piece of shit. Nobody wants to be a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
Nobody, as a kid, you're not like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna fucking rob somebody.
Do
It's
crime.
gonna be dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're just like tired of being fucking hungry. You're tired of not having shit. And you see people with shit and you're like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna take that
I'll
shit.
figure out some way to get that shit.
Right.
Yeah, most crimes happen out of desperation. It's not
Yeah.
out of them. It's, you know, like
There's
they
no
aren't
like, there's no,
they aren't like, you know, outlaws like the Wild West necessarily. I mean, I'm sure.
You know, there are cases
there's a
of like,
percentage where there's a bravado for let's go do crimes, but
yeah,
in most cases it's just desperation. People trying to solve problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
And access to guns doesn't help that problem.
No, it makes it decidedly worse.
Right.
But I would love to just see the whole culture slide back to swords. Everybody's carrying around really fancy swords. And
Or dildos.
Shit goes. Yes. There we go.
If every time you got in a
Wet noodles
dispute,
from like the pool.
if every time you got in a dispute you had to fight a motherfucker with a dildo, you would not want to. You'd be like, you know, I want to fight you, dude, but I ain't trying to hold a dildo today.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold a dildo today.
But,
So,
I was.
I'll catch you next time.
I was at a
I'm
karaoke.
gonna whoop your ass next time with a
I
dildo.
was at a karaoke night, and a lady who was maybe 60 pulled one out of her purse while singing Chuck Berry "My Ding-a-Ling" and was waving it. It was It was alarmingly large.
Yeah.
And she was just like, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
She knows what she likes,
She
man.
wanted us to play with her anyway.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I respect that.
It was a moment. It was a night. I'd be intimidated. That was coming at me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not doing crimes tonight. Look at that massive dildo coming at me.
And you know, there's major countries that like their cops don't even have guns.
Yeah.
Because there's like, why would you need a gun to patrol neighborhoods?
You just gotta go talk to the people and be like, hey, stop. And most people are like, okay.
Yeah.
That's really like 99% of all, like, police interactions. Like, hey, guys, don't do the things. And people are like, all right, we'll stop doing the things. I mean, no, it's not. That was a really bad statistic. 93% of statistics are made up on the spot and not real.
Mm-hmm. I heard that.
True. True.
I have a friend that told me that his friend told him.
Anecdotal.
I think it's true.
Very reliable.
I think it's true.
It's very reliable.
And what I think it's mostly feelings.
Feelings.
My feelings are kind of like facts,
Right? Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I don't know about you, but all my feelings are facts.
All feelings are facts. They cannot, like everybody's got to just, argue about them as loudly as possible until we're all dead.
Yeah.
I believe that's the meaning of life.
The meaning of life is to get louder.
Just get louder than the other person trying to assert their feeling facts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I'm into it.
It's something like that.
This
It's good. We accomplished the thing today.
this crazy gun problem is also another part of capitalism.
Yeah. Okay. We forgot to solve the gun problem. Well, we got the meaning of life pinned down.
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes when you shoot for the moon, you end up dying in space.
Because of lack of oxygen. Because there's no oxygen out there. You can't breathe.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's true.
Fucking hate that metaphor. I feel like every time someone says that, it's someone who has never shot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon. What that is end up in the stars. Like, have you ever seen a star?
Come on.
Yeah, shot for the moon.
And if you get close enough to the star, it's gonna be gross. You're gonna
That's not gonna work.
There's a lot of plasma in there.
Yeah,
you don't want to be close
gonna happen.
Why are you just trying to get to the stars?
You're so full of shit. Stop
what do you
talking
think is
to me,
up there
Debbie.
that's gonna be good for you?
Stop talking to me, Debbie. You don't make no damn sense.
Damn it.
It's fucking up my life with this false fucking facts.
I have a chair full of kindness rocks. Delightful. This one's kind of cubical. Well, it's kind of like a Rubik's Cube if the Rubik's Cube was having a rough day.
Yeah, I met a friend who does these.
Fun. My goal with the kindness rocks thing, it's like a scavenger hunt. And a bunch of people on Facebook find them and paint them and put them out and find them and rehide them. And it's a fun little thing they do. It's up to like 20,000 people now. It was like a group of a few hundred at one point, but now it's like a whole bunch. And so they're everywhere. This one says open lake. This is very service industry oriented. Open lake. And I found it down by the culvert, by the yard. And so that's a favorite for me. I like that one. Like open lake. Favorite. Held on to that one a little too long. This one is in, I think it's a blue line thing, right? This is support of the police. Which, it's been, that's a deep issue.
Wait, what?
What
the fuck does this say?
Blue line, isn't it? I think this is that. Okay.
I ain't into that shit. That is some Mark shit.
This one is my all-time favorite. I keep this one. This one follows me around in my pocket. I'm gonna rehide the others. That one I'm keeping. It's appropriate. Cause it's sassy.
Oh.
Sassy. I like that one. So that one stuck with me.
Sassy.
Sassy.
Motherfucking sassy.
It's just, it's a fun little game that everybody's playing. You're wandering out.
I bet I could probably find some people who made these.
Right.
Just from
The idea is you're supposed to like take a picture and post it in the thing, and then and I do it sometimes, but I don't want to be overbearing with it because I find these a lot.
Yeah.
I find them a lot. So I'm out there wandering around a lot. I like to see where things have changed. You know, like, oh, they built the thing over there. There's new benches by the Thrasher Fountain. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't go anywhere. I just work on music all the time.
Dude. I want to make a kindness rock that is too big to pick up. I've been really thinking about it and wanting to do it for a while. I just haven't put it into effect.
I feel like
where it's like, you know, like a real good size, like a cantaloupe sized rock, so it's probably going to sit there for a while, but somebody might pick it up. But it would be a pain in the butt to pick it up.
people would find a way.
Yeah, that's the thing. And maybe the larger it goes, the quicker they find a way.
Yeah, that's, yes.
Like
it
if
would
I got
just be like
the truck and like put a boulder there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, then
Yeah, I think about like the
just see, going down this mental path has blurred us out of reality.
It's like, nah, that ain't it.
You shouldn't do this, no.
Stop talking about that damn kindness rock shit. Hey, camera.
I don't know. I'll start like cantaloupe size, so then maybe watermelon size, and then go over there. Use a cart. Wheel a big old painted boulder.
Yeah.
Now take a picture or rehide it or keep it in your pocket. But like it's, you know, size. That's a project I want to get.
I should just start leaving my paintings around.
Yeah, kindness paintings.
Oh no, just like go into restaurants and stuff and just like put them up.
Yeah, just
like take their stuff down and put my stuff up. And then take a picture.
Totally casual, just walk out. Yeah.
Take a picture of it.
That's it, yeah. The grill exhibit plan. Just got the low lighting.
Yeah.
It doesn't know where to pick us up.
Right.
Depth of topic.
Mm-hmm.
Not focus.
No, you're good. We'll fix this real quick.
Did we solve the gun problem? We got the meaning of life. We discussed
gun problem?
Did we solve the gun problem?
I'm saying it should take way longer between how when you're angry and the action of you exercising your anger.
Ooh, how about time release? Okay, how about everybody gets guns? It's fine, everybody can have a gun. But every time you pull the trigger, it takes 30 seconds before it fires. So if you want to use it, you have to be like, okay, this is going to go off in 30 seconds.
Right.
And so whoever pulled the trigger first still wins.
Well, I feel like
but you have to stay aimed
like
for 30 full seconds.
Hunters
would hate it, but so would criminals, and so would gangsters.
Oh
yeah, it's coming.
You
just wait.
It's coming, bro.
And so all conflict,
I'm
like
shoot you in your motherfucking face.
Everybody's got 30 seconds to run away. Once the trigger's pulled, and there's like a big light warning that's like, okay, 30, 29. Everybody has to just wait it out. Like, I think I aimed good. Oh no, I don't know. Like,
at some point, like it gets done like 15 seconds, and some dude's just like, fuck.
Like, damn it. Okay, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And then if you pull off of it, or it like recounts. So
Right.
like,
Yeah, like you can feel, okay, it's got an accelerometer and a timer. So you have to pull the trigger and be trained on it for 30 full seconds before the bullet hole gets open. This is, let's get some, dude, we've got engineers in this town. They can make this happen. We can make a prototype.
people don't give a fuck about making guns safe.
Yeah. That would be the ultimate absurd gun. Like the gun rights people would lean on that and make it viral. They're like, see, this is what they want. This is the future.
Yeah.
This is the future most liberals want. All our guns are safe. Well, yeah, that is.
I had a friend from my hometown that like just became a gun. He became a gun nut overnight because he got beat up. Someone beat him up, and he was just like,
he just felt unsafe after that, and he was like, I gotta have all weapons.
And they started carrying a gun around on his side all the time, and he would come to my parties, and I would be like, dude, you can't.
Please don't open carry at my party.
Dude, people think you're a fucking cop.
Right.
Please go put that shit up. And he's like, my gun goes wherever I. It's like, man, you just got a gun like 3 months ago. Like, you're not. Please stop acting like
not the sheriff.
The sheriff.
Gotta put it away at a party. Put it in your trunk. I'm sorry.
This motherfucker left the party because I told him to go.
Couldn't open carry us. Yeah.
Dude, people like if people
parties are a bad place for open carry weapons. You know, like if you had guns on the wall, like because you were a gun person.
Yeah.
You probably would take them down from the party.
Right.
I don't know. I guess gun people parties.
If I knew people were gonna come over and drink,
they do a lot of shooting while they're drunk sometimes. You know, gun people.
Oh, shit.
The people that are way into it are, you know, they're like, hey, yeah, let's get out the guns. You know, it's the thing. I've been with some gun people. You know, I get it. And then guns are fun, yeah. But more guns is never the answer to.
I feel like it's just boring people trying to make their lives more interesting. I said I feel like it's boring people trying to make their lives more interesting. Do you want to add that?
Look, I got things. Like
I got this.
Yeah. That's what
I got this little
fireworks are
murder
like,
weapon.
Whoa, you know, we can blow things up. Oh, cool. Yeah. But you take it too far, and then, you know, the government agencies are coming after you.
Yeah. When I was younger, I wanted a bunch of guns so that way I could be prepared for a zombie attack. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, zombies don't exist.
Well, yeah.
When you die, you just rot.
One, zombies don't exist. Two, you're going to run out of bullets in that situation anyway. So blunt objects are really the best.
Right.
Blunt objects and sharp objects.
Yeah.
You know.
Just make sure you eat a lot of protein. That's your workout for the day.
That's the best. That is really the ultimate long-term solution.
You try to just work for
a shotgun's going to be a club eventually, and it's going to be a club with a bad hand.
Right. Yeah. Dude, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with like the idea of getting trapped in a house and zombies attacking it.
Yeah.
Like the whole Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
Yeah. That whole idea where you like board up the windows, you move the chairs, and just stack all the furniture. And,
yeah, and you have to defend it against like
this. Yeah. An onslaught of slow zombies.
Never-ending onslaught.
Yeah.
Right.
But I used to carry around this notebook where, like, when I would go to a house, I would like just go around and assess all the stuff there. And
checklist.
Yeah.
Zombie checklist.
I was a weird fucking kid, man.
Well, you remember the CDC went public with it on like a zombie survival guide because it's a good guide for just anything that might happen, right?
Right.
You know, like any disaster. Zombies pretty much cover everything that you would need to do. Like if you're ready for zombies, you're ready for a tornado, or you're ready for an earthquake, or you're ready for riots, obviously, because zombies are, the ultimate riot.
Man, I didn't think about that.
You know?
But,
riots get a bad rap, but every so often society's got to do a thing, right? You know?
I think we're past it because everybody has smartphones.
Yeah. Oh, we're not past it.
No, people think a Facebook post is the same thing as protesting.
Right. That's true.
And that's not the case.
Right.
Obviously. But
there's it's a social place of social things, but yeah, the streets are where things are really, really happen.
Yeah.
Well, and even then, though, I mean, like, peaceful demonstrations only go so far as for changing things, right? Like Baltimore didn't get investigated by the Justice Department until after the riot.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
with the riot, really, it put the pressure on law enforcement to look at itself and be accountable for that.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
When your people are literally like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, you don't do something.
Right? We're tearing cars apart. I'm sorry, but this is what it's
rip this shit down if we don't do something.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I'm kind of exhausted from anger already, and I'm like 33. It's a bummer. But I'm also an artist, so I'm kind of like a person who's politically conscious and an artist. So my existential whatever is just burning at both ends.
Yeah.
Because I really do try to stay politically aware, politically conscious, socio-politically conscious, or whatever. I try to get better every, year about this, that, or the other. But man, it's exhausting.
It is.
It's so exhausting.
Because, like, how do you change anything?
How do you change anything?
Well, and how do you prevent anything from changing for the worse?
How do you care about everything and still have energy to do anything?
Right. Like, if you care enough, you will actually just be immobile.
Yeah.
And comatose and frozen.
Yeah.
Which is, that's where I've been for a minute. That's where I'm at. I'm frozen. I'm like, what the hell to do now?
Yeah. I think sometimes I replace relationships with just taking all that way too serious.
Yeah.
Because, you can't... if everyone was constantly reading about this, that, or the other, and constantly trying to learn about this, that, or the other, and had the energy, and then could also do their normal lives, I mean, I think most people would. But me being an artist and having spare time and creative time and taking in information, it's all the same
that
thing.
Process.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of like building a character or something in an RPG where you're like, I'm gonna focus on this, but this is kind of also feeds this.
Right.
And kind of like socio-political issues and just being a person involved in capitalism is kind of the thing that feeds all that. It's all circular, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Synergy.
I
call it the synergy of suffering. And it feeds itself. It's a snake. It's eating its own tail, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's stuck in an endless loop of the skin it just molded.
Yeah. You have to let go and be okay with like just being a victim, I guess.
Yeah.
To care and to like, be involved and to be whatever. Like this whole gun issue is like, it's a bummer because it makes you think, well, maybe I should have a fucking gun because like.
Well, if everybody's gonna have one, we have to have one.
Yeah, I guess we have to have a goddamn gun.
Right.
I don't want a gun, but I guess we
gotta have one, but that's the only way I'm gonna be safe. If I know that I can like damage things around me.
Right.
I can already damage things. I broke some stuff. I broke a fair amount of things.
It is probably because I'm a big dude that I don't have to worry about some stuff like other people do. So like, there's that part of it where I'm like, why do you need a gun? Just whoop his ass.
Yeah, okay. We gotta change.
Not everybody could do that. And also, you should
only
just fight people.
weak, vulnerable people get guns. That's
right.
That's what you're allowed. And so,
yeah.
but we have to really stigmatize it. It's got to be like you get mocked. Like if you've got a gun, people are going to be like, ha ha. I don't know.
I feel bad about that for like women
So that
You don't hear about any
see, that's
female mass shooters.
I know, right? I'm just saying, like, how do we
Because
solve
women
this?
get it for protection,
How
men
do
get
we
it so they
solve
can
this?
exercise their
Right.
rights on others.
Right. The bravado masculinity that's driving the mass murder thing.
Yeah.
What do we do about that? How do we solve that? That is the next episode of the Solo Monk Show. Solution.
Solution.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I've got one for you.
I really do think like a lot of men get guns because they see it as a way to exercise their rights, exercise their will upon others. That if push comes to shove,
you can make people do
they
it
got this,
because you got this thing.
They got this really cool tool that they can just point at your motherfucking face and make you do some shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's such
guns are the breakdown of reason. When reason fails, the gun is supposed to be this backup of like, okay, well, if nobody's being reasonable, then we have these things.
I got this final period on the final sentence of your final life that I can just
so everybody's got to behave and do the things that.
I don't like your motherfucking face, and I don't want it to exist anymore.
Right. But then the argument that people are, that their safety happens because everybody's got them, it's like, well, but you're just saying that if everybody's got them, you're not going to use them, but you're also maintaining the belief that you're powerful because you've got them, but if everybody's got them, nobody's going to use them because you're scared of those people. We're back where we were, but we also have guns. We're all scared, vulnerable people ready to hurt each other, but we also have guns.
Yeah.
It's the logical conclusion of that argument.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to go to the grenade level. So we also have guns.
You have to be a very fucking serious situation where you're just like,
I'm pulling this grenade out. We're all going to die today.
Fuck right now.
If everybody doesn't listen right now, we're all going to die today. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's what these mass shootings are basically. But they're not. But they don't have anything to say. They just want to go out and destroy.
Well, they have something to say, but it's mostly racist.
Yes, that's fair. And that's what it's been lining up to most of the times lately.
Young, white males.
It's a trend.
With small penises.
Oh, shit.
Bad social skills.
Yes.
No experience in life whatsoever. Young, stupid. Adopting,
with
rhetoric.
Lots of access to weaponry.
Right. And lots of access to racist rhetoric.
Yeah.
That gives them the will, the intent.
Do we change the
narrative
age for gun ownership to 30? Would that curb anything? Because some of these shooters are grown-ass men.
I don't even think we should change the age or anything like that. You should.
We're gonna solve this.
Let's solve this.
This is, we put our mind to solving it.
I'm trying to think of something that's
like age wouldn't do it.
I don't know, man.
Right? I mean,
I think education's a huge part of it.
Education.
People need to know. Whole thing. Right? Can you imagine the emotional intelligence of these motherfuckers that are just going out here killing people?
Right.
They live in probably complete isolation, feeding off crazy racist rhetoric and information and media.
Stuck in an echo chamber that's just really feeding these ideas.
Yeah, and they don't. They've never been in love. These dudes have never been in love before. They've never held their firstborn. A lot of these people are, just pubescent, arrested development, young, inexperienced, angry idiots. Mentally, impaired.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think racism is a mental illness. We just haven't looked at it correctly yet because everybody's racist.
Yeah.
No one wants to be like, everyone's racist.
Right.
Yeah, because then It's systemic, like the way we're taught.
It's become like a binary thing of the people are, like you are or aren't.
Yeah.
And no, everybody's got biases. Everybody has biases, and there's
like everybody. Being a good person is something you wake up and do every day.
Like, everybody is a liar. Everybody is.
You're not like. Look at this paper. This paper is completely clean. As you can see, no racism in my history.
Yeah.
It's like.
Oh no, I just took a DNA test.
The only cool thing about
I spit in a thing, it came back not racist.
Yeah, I ain't never been racist. I did the spit test, man.
We did the spit test. It's okay. No, they take a piece of your hair. That's the real deep test. That's how you know you don't have a racist bone, because the hair follicles reflect your bone growth.
Yeah.
Because your bones are very important to your racism.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're a racist, it's apparently in the bones.
Yeah.
I hear it said a lot. I don't have not a single racist bone in my body. Not one. Not one. We have to check.
What if a politician's like, I only got one racist bone.
One racist bone, but it's not an important bone.
Compared to
one of the little tiny bones on my foot.
Compared to the other racist people who have got several racist bones, I've only got one. So
I pledge to remove that racist bone if you elect me to office.
I will take that motherfucking bone out of my body.
I will have elective surgery on the racist bone in my foot.
If you elect me, first day as president, I'm removing that racist bone.
Moved. I'm not going to do it unless I know you're going to commit.
Bye-bye, you racist ass big toe.
Like, because I don't know, maybe I want that bone.
Yeah.
It's in the bones, though. This is what I've heard. That's true.
You know, racism is a part of American culture. And that seems like a very leftist thing to say. I don't think it's a leftist thing. This is fucking logical.
This is a factual.
If you go through all of culture, if you go through the media we've created, the literature we've created, what we've done, you know,
the housing
through our infrastructure, the housing market, just everything. Culture. It's like a cult. We are culturally racist.
It's clear to see if you look at numbers.
If you can step back and understand the scope of everything, which I mean, I guess that's probably the tough part, is having the time to even like consume all the information that backs it up.
Right.
Like it's, and so when you say it or whatever, everyone's like, "Not my America. My America is different."
I got different facts that I am going off of.
My America right here. See, you see this little. I've lived in the same goddamn city for 2 years, and my America ain't like that. And it's like, America's a big ass
America's
place.
like that though. So
yeah, so right.
You know, like start having town pride.
You are a small.
If you like the town,
piece of sand
and the town is it, beach. And fuck America, then be like fuck America, but don't say America is my little small town where things are okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Then you're not a patriot. You're a whatever the patriot version of township is. Right.
Like the population of all these towns is just like a small neighborhood in a large city.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like man, you just a neighborhood.
Yeah, just the more you lean into tribalism, the more you whittle that tribe down into. There's like, well, okay, these people are okay. Well, okay, within that group of people, these people in that group are okay, and in that smaller group, there's an inner circle, and then in that inner circle, screw those guys. It's about me. That's where tribalism leads to, is just, you know, like always whittling down to the most important members, so that you know who to eat on the raft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not a fan of tribalism, because it's like this is all figuring out who to eat, and y'all are gonna pick me eventually. I know it. That's why I say no to tribalism, because I know I'm gonna be sacrificed for the. I try to stay skinny so they don't really. Yeah, they're like, we're not gonna get much out of it.
Yeah, man, I feel like they would probably put me in a pot roast or something.
I know.
They'd make a pot roast of me for sure.
Like, hey,
they're like, this big dude, man. Yeah. We're gonna cook this motherfucker for
it's gonna fall off the bone. It's gonna be. Because like all of capitalism is designed around making us believe it's gonna run out.
Yeah.
And so that's the ultimate end. Is like people want to be armed so they know that they can.
If we respect nature, then we none of it runs out. We'll be forever sustained. And,
Yes.
But
we like our plastics. Plastics are awesome, dude. They are so useful. Everything's made of plastics. It's a balance. There's balance.
Humans can adjust to anything. We could do anything. Like, our imagination, our creativity comes from necessity.
Yeah.
And if we really challenged ourselves, we could like completely turn everything over.
Right.
And actually do some amazing shit and be the ones who changed all of history in the way that culture was done.
Right.
But it would take a huge amount of sacrifice
Shit.
in our comforts.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I mean, it's not sacrifice. It's just literally just like, let's stop killing our planet. Let's stop being racist. Let's stop being pieces of shit. Let's stop.
The guy stopped going out there and like shooting up a bunch of people in the mall. Hey, don't do it. How about
find
no
these
more of that?
weird little lonely
You know what?
dudes.
Let's just start a good. You remember what worked? For
Get them into some
drug
kind of
war?
service.
Remember the Just Say No? They put out those things and they were like, just say no to drugs. And when people stop doing drugs, we should do that for mass shootings. Like, just say no to shooting everybody around you. Just say no to it. You know how you're thinking about that today? Just say no, I won't do it.
Yeah.
See if that works. Put a bunch of posters up and like commercials that is like, man, I hate my friends at school. I'm gonna go to the mall and murder a bunch of people. And then like a teacher comes on and is like, hey, Jimmy, just say no to those thoughts. And then maybe we'll, like it'll stop happening. The way it did in the 80s, where like nobody does drugs anymore.
I think I know what it is.
I can't remember the last person that did drugs.
That's true.
That's not.
I've never met anyone who's done drugs before.
Yeah. It was like 1998.
Okay.
Last time I saw somebody.
I can see
And
that.
I was like, oh man, that guy over there is doing drugs, but it's been a minute since.
Yeah.
Right. They really solved with that campaign.
But I think a lot of us, just all of our issues, I think, America needs to like change its culture to kindness as opposed to
Aggression.
Yeah, we're like believe like I believe, or I'll whoop your ass.
Right. And they all like talk about this like it's the solution to any of their ass whoopings have really necessarily. Okay, I know that sometimes ass whoopings become necessary. Like I see where ass whoopings happen, where it's like, okay, you know what, that guy was kind of looking for an ass whooping. But
that's in reaction to like violence. Like that's like yeah. I'm talking about like just going out and like, if your ideas are so good and your race is so supreme, why do you have to go out and randomly kill a bunch of people and then go to prison the rest of your life to reinforce your supremacy?
Right. Seems that's not.
Seems like you would just be like super successful and be supreme or something.
Right. You'd be so busy being supreme, you wouldn't have to overcompensate like that.
You'd be busy being super awesome.
Right. Right. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's another thing that's super funny about white supremacy, because I grew up around a bunch of white supremacists because my father's been in prison my entire life, so I used to go visit him all the time, and so I've been around white supremacists. Like I don't actively know any white supremacists now, but like when I was a kid,
you experienced that culture. See?
Yeah. And what was super funny is they were always really dumb, really poor, unsuccessful, violent, and usually had mental health issues.
Right.
So that's most of the people that I knew that were white supremacists. I did have a few friends that were very intelligent that were white supremacists, but I am almost certain that all those dudes grew out of that shit.
Yeah.
They had to have.
Yeah.
Because they would basically, because they would try to recruit me all the time, but I'm just like, I play basketball. Like half my friends are black. I don't No.
Yeah, even ones that are like
They try to recruit kids who
Yeah.
are weird and ostracized and like.
It's a way of belonging. It's a culture.
Right, yeah. They're like, it's like, oh yeah, you don't get along with the culture because the culture's made up by a bunch of Jews. And
these mysterious other people that you can't
Jew media
understand.
creates this culture where the white man is the fucking idiot and the clown, and the black man is the big hero, blah blah, and like this is like the type of stuff they would like come at you with. There's like, y'all sound like fucking cartoon characters.
Yeah, and even those guys.
Because like at that point,
even those guys, you engage with them on a human level, and they start admitting that, like, oh well, okay, it's not.
Right. That's another thing.
Like I
white
do like
supremacists
people.
would like watch Michael Jordan play
people,
basketball,
and you know, I mean, it's just these ones that you know, these ones. Everybody's fostering. It's terrible.
Yeah, these white supremacists would like watch Michael Jordan play basketball and like be like excited about it. They're just like,
I'm like, well, can we like line this up with your beliefs, guy? Yeah, I know, right? It's painful.
it's like you enjoy watching black excellence, but you don't.
You don't want to admit that.
Admit it.
Yeah. Well, see, no, then they'll go into the genetic disparities. But
Okay.
it's like, well, wait, how are you also the master race, but then genetically predisposed to be weaker athletically?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm,
Yeah. Yeah, it's and but that's how they get these shooters and stuff.
Right.
These people adopt these like narratives because they're young and stupid and broke and no one wants to fuck them and no one likes them and like so it's an easy narrative to eat up that like there's
Man, that's like
conspiracy against you.
If you take all those things and you take young and turn it to old, that's me. But I don't want to go out there and shoot a bunch of people. You know, like that's not the solution. That's not the answer to being like, you know, just a detached, like. Yeah, I know.
I deal with it pretty okay.
Yeah, like I'm alright. I'm alright with it.
I'm broke. Life sucks. I don't have a lot of friends.
Right. Just kind
but
of
I find
around.
things to do
like,
all my time.
Like I'm casually known by a bunch of people, and that's about it. You know, like it's like I don't make plans. I just wander about, and people are like, "Hey, it's you guy, it's that guy," and I'm like, "Hey, yeah, that's right, I'm still that guy.
Hey,
I'm gonna walk this way." Or maybe I'll chat with them for a bit, and then I'll go. You know, I'm just wandering in circles, and a lot of people say, "Hey, that's the extent of my life." But I don't want to like go and like mess up some things over this.
Here's the thing, though, and this is maybe very like because I feel so casual talking about, I guess, death or whatever. But like everybody dies alone, and you have to learn how to be alone to be a complete person.
Right.
You have to learn how to be like okay with being by yourself.
Yeah, because like
that's the huge like existential thing about living is that you have to learn how to die.
Figuring out how to balance it is really the whole, right. And I think I spent a lot of my time just running away from either condition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, this alone is bad. I run from it. Yeah. Go be with people. Like, being with people, not great. I gotta go be alone.
Right.
And then go back to being alarmed at being alone.
Yeah.
And then just continue those two things until I'm worn out and I can't.
I pretty much. Yeah. That's the same. My natural inclination is to not be around people at all. But then I get maybe not lonely, but I just need some energy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm by myself, I just don't have any energy.
Nothing to bounce off.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So I kind of like going out and interacting with people, and that's why I book shows and stuff. I don't really book shows to make money. I just do it
to be a reason to go out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being people adjacent. I like. I am most comfortable in a setting where there are enough people and they're all busy enough that I'm not worried that they're worried about me yet. I at the same time go obviously out of my way to be the center of attention. So it's like I've got those two things forwarding all the time. So like I'm very distracting and noticeable, but I also want to hit that groove where nobody notices anymore. I just make it really hard to hit that groove by being distractible, or by being a distracting individual. Okay, well, we solved some existential shit. We got the meaning of life way back.
Yeah.
We solved the gun problem.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's, I don't know. We came up with some, we got close.
There's some something in there.
There's some solutions to be found.
Damn, we're almost at 50 minutes. God damn it. Alright, well, we're gonna end this now. Thank you for watching and listening. Later.